body bags were horror lies.
Who is this irresistible creature who has an insatiable love for the dead?
Hey guys, happy Thursday, this is your Fright Chick speaking. Okay, so this week's theme is... Oh shit, wait, we don't have one this week! Okay, so we can pick anything we want, and I picked... Where the hell did I put it? I picked 2006's Fingerprints. I don't think it goes by any other names, so yeah, Fingerprints. I kind of like this one. Not really going to rip on it too much, but it's still kind of useless. Okay, so we centre around a young girl, like a teenage girl called Melanie. She has been in rehab for like God knows how long, and one of those things where they kind of take you out and do like hiking and stuff and like get you back into society and all that kind of crap. But the film actually doesn't open with her. It opens with... The whole film is kind of based off this old legend. You know how you get like an old legend? Every town's got one. This legend is of a school bus full of children who are driving back to the school, I guess, from like a field trip. Their parents are all waiting. I think this was in like the 50s it happened, and there's a train. They're going across the train tracks, but there's a train coming and it's raining and shit, so like the driver doesn't see the train, and then they collide and all the kids die. And then if you put your car on the tracks and put it in neutral, the ghosts of the little children will push the car off and you'll see little fingerprints on the back if you put like powder or something on it. That old legend, I think we've all heard that one. So that is basically what the film opens with, is a dramatisation of that. So this town has this dark secret and kind of legend of the big terrible accident. Melanie's family have moved to this little town because obviously she's had drug problems and whatnot, so they've all moved there. She gets out of rehab and she then moves in. And it's like, okay, now I've got to get back to normal life. Her parents are fucking arseholes, to be honest. She's got a sister who's really supportive. I think she's like a year old or something. She's really supportive of her. But her parents are they don't trust her, and they're just dicks throughout the whole film to her. So we kind of just follow her meeting all of the other kids her age, her sister's friends, going to school, all this kind of crap, you know. But then she starts seeing things and hearing things and seeing a little ghost girl called Julie that she finds out is called Julie. At school she sees a few things. Everyone thinks like that she's just doing drugs again and blah 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 blah. So that's kind of like what the first half of the film is. So yes, she goes to school. All the kids that are there, well, I say all the kids, we have like 5 main ones that we follow, I think, 3 or 4 or 5. And they're all like, oh, you're that junkie chick, you're the rehab girl, etc. But her sister sees her through all of the crap. She sees like names in blood and little ghost kids and shit like that. But she doesn't really want to tell anyone about it because obviously they're going to think she's just back on drugs. So we just follow her for like days, you know, just seeing stuff and going around town. There is a guy, I think there is like a couple in this, that some of the main kids that we follow, they are a couple. There's like the head cheerleader and the douchey fucking dickhead jock guy who's an actual psycho really. They kind of take an interest in her, and obviously they get picked off. Everyone just gets picked off at the end of this film, I swear. But yeah, so like the guy, the douchey fucking jockey dickhead guy, he tries to rape her at one point, which is not good at all, out on the train tracks, because Melanie's dad is like helping to construct a new highway where the old train tracks are. So Melanie kind of goes there a lot, and she kind of then starts trying to figure out who this Julie kid is, and she then discovers the legend of what happened to the children and realises that she was one of the children. And then she starts getting into the backstory of Julie's family. Julie had a sister, and her dad was like, I think her dad was like the train conductor or the owner. I think he's the owner of the fucking train tracks, like the train company, I don't know what you call it. And obviously this is a huge spoiler here, but this is a review, so fuck it. This is the only problem I have with this film. It's the only plot hole. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's kind of crap but kind of good, but it's a major plot hole. So it turns out that the kids didn't die. There was no crash. The parents of the children did see the truck, I think, coming towards the train, but the dad of Julie, the evil one in all of this, he actually took the kids and did a bit of a Freddy Krueger on them. He kind of took them and kept them hidden away and tortured them all, including Julie herself. Her sister is a fucking psycho like the dad, so she actually helped. So in present day, when Melanie finds Julie's older sister, and she's an old woman now, she at first is like, oh, thanks for the information, you know, I think I've been seeing like the ghost of your sister, and she's all nice, and then she does a big switch and she's a fucking psycho to this day. But that's the one thing I had a problem with, is the fact that, like, if there was no accident, how the fuck do you fake like an accident with a school bus? Like, so what, everyone, like, he would have just driven it away and disappeared with all the kids. Like, how did no one like go, okay, well, there's no bodies. Oh, they must have died from hitting the train, but there's no bodies. There was no evidence that these kids died in that accident. So why did everyone believe that? I don't understand that one. Yeah, but then we have our big old showdown, because honestly, not much actually happens. You know, we're just literally following Melanie through the whole movie, seeing shit and hearing shit, and trying to convince her, like, her sister and these sort of newfound friends that it's real and it's got something to do with this Julie ghost. And then there's a whole backstory of the legend, and the legend is real, and all this kind of stuff. It's just a lot of that until we get to the climax at the end, where we discover that the person who has been picking off the teenagers here and there, they're not very memorable or interesting, but every now and again someone gets picked off, is actually the psycho sister, the old woman, and she has kidnapped Crystal, who is Melanie's sister, the supportive one. She's kidnapped her, and Melanie now has to find out where the lair is of this woman, and it turns out, I think it's like on the train tracks, it's like underground, and she like has to go and see her sister, and she finds like a bunch of bodies, and she kind of redeems Julie and all this sort of stuff, you know, and that's pretty much it. You know, they go down there and they have like a big old long ass winded thing where she's going through the underground sort of, you know, mine shaft and whatnot for ages, you know, just searching for her. She finds her sister and she's kind of okay. I think she's a little bit hurt though, and they kind of just run around trying not to be seen by the psycho killer, and then the psycho killer finds them, and then they kind of have a bit of a fisticuffs, and then they get away, and then she finds him again, and all that kind of just goes on until finally they do take out the psycho, and then everything's great, and they go up into the, you know, into the fresh air, and that's kind of it. It ends there. There's no like, oh, you were right, Melanie. Like, everyone kind of just starts showing up, you know, the cops show up and whatnot, but then it ends. That's just it. I hate it when they do that. It just ends. We don't really get any resolution at the end, unfortunately. But it was alright. It was good. It was just very, very basic, you know. I mean, the only thing, it's the same formula that they all use. It's just the fact that we had this little legend to go on, but that is it. Melanie goes about her day-to-day life. Her parents are dicks. Her sister's supportive. Julie's ghost finds her. She has to find out the legend and the backstory. All the kids around her start getting picked off by an unseen force, an unseen killer, who turns out to be Julie's older sister, because she's still a psycho from when she was a child, and her dad killed all the kids. Melanie finds this out and then goes and saves her sister. That's really just it. Okay, there's nothing more to say about it, but yeah, I'd give it a watch. I wouldn't pay too much money for it. The artwork is once again misleading, but it's all good, okay? See you next week. Bye.